Something unusual happened inside the Oval Office. Cameras were rolling, but attention quickly shifted. What viewers noticed raised immediate concern across audiences. This moment did not look routine or controlled. Instead, it suggested something deeper may be unfolding. In recent hours, questions around Donald Trump intensified. His sudden departure from Washington added new uncertainty. The timing has left observers asking difficult questions. Why leave so quickly before a major public event? And what exactly triggered this abrupt movement? Just one day earlier, a press conference drew attention. The setting appeared standard at first glance. Officials stood nearby, statements were being delivered, but then something changed in real time. The president's behavior began to shift unexpectedly. He appeared to lose focus during key moments. His posture softened, his head dropped forward. There were brief pauses that seemed longer than usual. Then came a sudden jolt back to awareness. This cycle repeated more than once. For many watching, the scene felt unsettling. Clips began circulating almost immediately online. Some dismissed them as edited or manipulated content. Others insisted the footage showed something authentic. The debate quickly spread across media platforms. Here is where things start to diverge sharply. Certain outlets rushed to label clips as artificial. They pointed to parody videos and altered versions. That confusion blurred what viewers actually saw live. And this raises important questions about media response, because beyond parody, the original footage remained. Unedited moments still showed visible lapses in attention. Those moments were not digitally constructed, they were broadcast during an official event, and audiences noticed every second of it. At the same time, commentary began to escalate. Some critics described the behavior as fatigue. Others suggested it could be something more serious. The situation is becoming more complex by the hour. Then came additional statements that raised eyebrows. During the same event, unusual remarks were made. Certain references appeared confused or inconsistent. Statements about global affairs lacked clear accuracy. Listeners struggled to follow the intended meaning. For example, comments about international relations stood out. Descriptions did not align with known geopolitical realities. Names and entities seemed to blend together unexpectedly. This created further uncertainty about clarity of thought. Observers began connecting these moments with earlier patterns. Another moment involved references to corporate history. Details mentioned did not match factual timelines. Companies cited had ceased operations decades earlier, yet they were discussed as if currently active. This inconsistency drew widespread attention online. These were not isolated moments, according to critics. Instead, they appeared part of a broader pattern. A pattern that some say has been developing quietly. But now it is becoming harder to ignore, and this is where the conversation intensifies. Family members have also entered the discussion recently. Some have shared personal observations in interviews. They describe behavioral changes over time. Short-term memory issues have been mentioned. Impulse control has also been questioned publicly. These accounts draw comparisons to past family experiences. Stories of similar conditions have been referenced. The parallels, according to them, are concerning. They point to gradual but noticeable decline and suggest the trajectory may be accelerating. Of course, not everyone agrees with these claims. Supporters argue such interpretations are politically motivated. They caution against drawing medical conclusions publicly. They emphasize the need for verified medical reports, and they highlight the risks of speculation. Still, the visual evidence continues to circulate widely. Each new clip adds to the growing discussion. Viewers are forming their own interpretations, and the divide in opinion remains sharp. Meanwhile, another detail adds to the uncertainty. The president's sudden travel schedule raised eyebrows. Leaving Washington and returning within hours seems unusual, especially during a period of heightened public attention. This raises important questions about underlying reasons. Was it routine or something more significant? No official explanation has fully clarified the situation, and that lack of clarity fuels further speculation. Observers continue searching for answers in available details. Then there is the matter of scheduled medical evaluations. Annual health reports are typically expected at set intervals. Previous timelines have shown some inconsistencies. Dates appear to shift or lack clear confirmation. This has only increased public curiosity around transparency. Health disclosures have always been closely watched. Topics, especially for individuals holding high office, the public expects clear and consistent communication. But recent developments have created uncertainty instead. Experts have also weighed in with caution. Some suggest possible neurological explanations for observed behavior. Others emphasize that only formal diagnosis carries weight. Without official data, conclusions remain speculative, yet the discussion continues to grow louder. What happens next could be critical. Will there be a detailed medical update soon? Will officials address these concerns directly, or will the situation remain unclear for now? Public trust often depends on transparency, and moments like these test that trust significantly. Every unanswered question creates room for interpretation. Every delay adds to growing public scrutiny. At the same time, political stakes remain extremely high. Leadership decisions carry global consequences. Clarity and stability are expected at all times. Any sign of uncertainty becomes major news, and that is exactly what we are seeing now. This situation is not just about one moment, it is about a series of events unfolding rapidly. Each detail adds another layer to the narrative. Each observation invites deeper analysis. Some viewers are concerned about consistency, others are focused on accountability and transparency. And many are simply trying to understand what they saw, because what they saw did not look ordinary. Here is where things shift again. The conversation is no longer limited to one clip. It now includes travel decisions and public statements. It includes family commentary and expert opinions. All of these elements are now connected. And that connection is shaping public perception. Whether accurate or not, perception matters. It influences confidence and trust in leadership. It affects how events are interpreted moving forward. So the central question remains unanswered. What exactly is happening behind the scenes, and why are these moments becoming more frequent? For now, there are more questions than answers, but one thing is clear from recent events. The situation is drawing intense public attention, and it is not likely to fade quickly. Observers will continue watching closely. Every appearance will be analyzed in detail. Every statement will be examined carefully, because the stakes are simply too high. As this story develops, clarity will be crucial, accurate information will be more important than ever, and public understanding will depend on transparency. Until then, the debate will continue to grow, different interpretations will compete for attention, and the conversation will remain deeply divided. But for now, the moment stands as it is, a series of events that raised serious questions, a sequence that left many people unsettled, and a situation that continues to evolve rapidly. Stay informed as more details emerge, because what happens next could change everything. Subscribe to Real Mind Network, like, comment, and share.